Hey friends, Ash here with Gents. How are you doing? Need to get on that TRT, am I right? Once upon a time, I used to work out a lot. Once upon a time. Today, we're gonna be talking about 10 different gym fragrances that are gonna have you smelling fresh and clean. Maybe sexy too, but definitely fresh and clean. Now, of course, you could wear just no fragrance to the gym. That would work too. Definitely wear some deodorant though, at a bare minimum. Yeah, that BO. Not awesome. Nothing worse than being at the gym, maybe doing some cardio, some squats, deadlifts, bench presses, and have somebody come right up near you, right next to you, who just smells like a horrid, decrepit, rotting turtle's anus. Anyway, let's jump into it. Let's talk about these fragrances instead of the other stuff. Now, with gym fragrances, for me personally, I never go with something that's really super expensive. I keep it, for the most part, on the cheaper end of things. Sometimes super cheap, other times a nice mid-level designer, but I never go super crazy expensive. Now, let's kick things off with a fragrance from Yves Saint Laurent. It's FRAICHE. This one has lemon, ginger, mint, and cedar, along with a bit of geranium as well. And basically this was put out to compete with the likes of Dior Homme Cologne and some of the other fragrances we're gonna talk about later. You can probably tell just by looking at the bottle, but this one has a nice icy freshness to it, a briskness that as soon as you spray this on, it's gonna kind of give you that uplifting jolt that a lot of people are going to look for in a gym time scent. And like the other fragrances in the Y line, it's a really nice compliment puller. And I'd say it also has a little touch of class as compared to some of the other fragrances that we're going to talk about here today. FRAICHE, really nice choice. And this is going to be toward the upper end price-wise of the fragrances that we look at here today. Next up, we're going with Prada. Now you could go maybe with Prada L'Homme Low, Prada L'Homme Water Splash, something like that. But for me, those are a little bit too powdery for what I'm looking for in a gym time scent. So instead I'm going with the OG Prada Luna Rossa. This fragrance has lavender, mint, bitter orange, and ambroxan as some of the notes in the fragrance. And I really do enjoy that different take on a gym type scent that this one gives you with that soapy lavender. Not, like I said, as powdery as you're gonna find in their L'Homme line, but still does have a little bit of that soapy, clean Prada vibe that you would expect, but offset with the more bitter, green kind of orange instead of a very sweet and super uplifting one like some of these other scents. And yeah, I know that there's Prada Luna Rossa Sport, but I'd rather wear the original over Sport. For me, Luna Rossa O Sport and Sport are probably actually my least favorite ones in the line. So this next fragrance has been a staple of mine off and on for many years. It's Versace Pour Homme. Some websites will also list this as Versace Signature. FragranceNet does that. Lemon, bergamot, neroli, and tonka, some of the notes in the fragrance, has a similarity to Chanel Allure Homme Sport. If you're familiar with that fragrance, you smell this one, you might be able to pick up that similarity and go, oh yeah, that's what you're talking about. Between the two though, Versace Pour Homme, a little bit fresher, a little bit brighter, not as sweet, not as creamy as Chanel Allure Homme Sport. So even though Allure Homme Sport has sport in the name, between the two, I'll take this one to the gym. I don't like typically fragrances that are really heavy in the gym. Now, I know some people do. Some people will straight up grab a Montal fragrance like Red Oud or something, and they'll blast themselves with it. Just 10 sprays of a straight up funky butt smelling oud, and they'll wear it to the gym and just choke out every single person there. You know, they have no empathy for human life. I don't think that actually made sense, but they don't care what I'm trying to say. They're like, oh, you're over there running on the treadmill? I don't care. Take this fragrance. Ugh. And then they just, oh no. I'm not that guy. I like to smell good. I like people to be able to pick it up, but you know, pleasant, fresh, a little bit sweet, that kind of scent. That's what I'm going for. So Versace Pour Homme, not very expensive, great versatility, not just a gym fragrance. I mean, really a lot of these are not just gym fragrances, but that one is a wonderful fragrance, office safe, spring, summertime, early fall, really nice stuff. Now, I said that was close to Chanel Allure Homme Sport. We're still going with the Chanel though, but it's this one, Chanel Allure Homme Sport Cologne. Now, just to put it out there in case you're confused. Yeah, it says cologne, but it's not an eau de cologne. This is technically an eau de toilette concentration. I know sometimes that gets confusing. Like earlier I said, why eau fraîche? And some people went, eau fraîche? That's real weak, right? Well, yes, eau fraîche concentration is, but this is also technically an eau de toilette. If you look on the bottom right there. So just throwing that out there. I know most of you know that, but just in case you didn't. This one has lemon, bergamot, spices, musk, and woods, some of the notes in the fragrance, and it smells a bit similar to Dior Homme cologne. Yeah, so the Chanel Allure Homme Sport cologne smells similar to Dior Homme cologne. Really fresh, very brisk, uplifting. This one does have more of a punch to it than Dior Homme cologne. Dior Homme cologne also would be a great choice for this list, but that one is pretty weak as far as performance goes. This one is going to outperform the Dior, which is why it makes the list. The citrus in this one especially is fantastic. It really draws you in the opening. Smells great, just the right amount of sweetness. The woods in there, the musk, it's fairly light, but it makes a nice masculine backbone for everything else to play off of. So Allure Homme Sport Cologne, solid choice. Now we're gonna get into a little Gooch action here with Gucci Guilty Black. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the fragrance, you may look at this and say, huh, that looks different, doesn't it? Everything else was all fresh and blue or silvers, metallics, you know? And then this bottle is dark green and black. If you know nothing about the fragrance, yeah, you may look at the bottle, you may look at the name and think, that probably won't work so well. But it's not really much of a black fragrance. Lavender, orange blossom, cedar, green notes, some of the notes in the fragrance. Really fresh, sweet, easy to wear. This is a hyper versatile spring and summertime scent. It's not anything that's hyper new or artistic or anything like that, but will it get the job done? Oh yeah. Gucci Guilty Black is a huge compliment puller. If you're just looking for something to get the job done, you don't care about any of that other fluff, you know, the artistic integrity, you don't care about any of that, you get yourself some Guilty Black. It is a little bit expensive though compared to some of the other fragrances here. Gucci Guilty fragrances, they don't get discounted all that much. I always forget that some people maybe have never watched the channel before. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, there are fragrance discounters like Fragrance Net, Fragrance X, that are gray market retailers of fragrances where you can save a lot of money. And Gucci, specifically the Guilty line, typically doesn't get discounted a lot. So that's what I was talking about. I will go ahead and link all these in the description like always. The Chanel, yeah, good luck finding that one discounted also. This next one, you can find discounted really heavily. When it first came out, I thought, nah, too much. You know, you pay $80 for this thing. That's a bad deal. You know, that's not a good way to spend your money. Since then, the price has dropped precipitously. Basically like a sledgehammer dropped off the Empire State Building. The price just went down. Now you can pick it up sub $30. I think sometimes right around 20, maybe 22, 23. At that price, it's really attractive. Hugo Reversed is the name of the fragrance, and you see it's Hugo Reversed. Grapefruit, bergamot, rosemary, vetiver, some of the notes in the fragrance. Some people find similarities between this and Elysium from Roger Parfum. Personally, I don't get a huge similarity between the two, but at the price you can pick this up for now, it is a really solid spring and summertime fragrance, or gym time. Gym time is anytime. Pretty simple. You know, you just got a woodsy vetiver dry down, some aromatics, and some effervescent citrus off the top. That's pretty much it. But it does the job, does it well at the price point you can pick it up for. If it suddenly shot up, you know, 60, 70, 80, I would say heck no. But at 20, 25, oh yeah. Then we're going with Artisan Pure Barbados. It's got a lot of citrus in here, along with petitgrain, ginger, woods. It's got this smoothness to the citrus, little hint of creaminess as well. Very, very well done. The quality here is very nice as well. No rough edges, as I said, really smooth. Love that the petitgrain gives it this little hint of an aromatic touch as it goes through the mid, this little facet of greens that sits alongside all that citrus. And I've said before, possibly, you know, it's the bottle speaking to me, but It also has this kind of white floral feel to it, which I really dig. Then we're gonna double up. We're gonna do 2 Mont Blanc fragrances, one after the other. Great prices on these. Mont Blanc Explorer is first, and this does smell similar to Creed's Aventus with a decided designer twist. You're not gonna get so much of that smokiness, that birch that you find in Aventus. Instead here, you're getting Akigala wood, so a clean, fresh, modern, woodsy kind of vibe. You've also got Ambroxan in here. You've got bergamot. So the bergamot is going to take the place of the pineapple in the opening of Aventus, although Aventus also has bergamot. Don't think about it too much. It's just designer Aventus. We'll just put it like that. It does, though, have a lot going for it. Like I said, it's got that modern woodsiness to it, fresh spiciness as well, fantastic citrus in the opening. The price that you can get this at now, absolutely worth a buy. When it first came out, I kind of balked at it because I was like, $90 whatever Aventus designer fragrance, but price it's at now is great. Next fragrance from Mont Blanc, also not a traditional gym fragrance. It's STARWALKER. A lot of people like to wear this fragrance to bed because it has this soothing, smooth, kind of easy to wear facet to it. Bamboo is one of the main notes in the fragrance. So it has this slightly aquatic, watery, green feeling to it with a good dose of sweetness. Citrus, sandalwood, and musk in the fragrance as well. So you have that creamy, again, smoothness as the fragrance dries. It's really good stuff. It's almost impossible to dislike the way that thing smells. It's just a really easy to wear fragrance, you know? It's fresh, it's clean, it smells good. Last on this list, a cheapy classic, Voyage from Nautica. Apple, green notes, lotus, and musk. There was a time that this was heralded as the go-to cheapie. You know, if you were just getting started in fragrances and you didn't know where to start and you were saying, hey guys, I don't have a ton of money, looking to pick up a little fragrance, something easy to wear, you know, clean, little watery, maybe aquatic, because a lot of people when they first get into fragrances love aquatics. You would have people asking for advice. As Arnold Schwarzenegger would say in Pumping Iron, asking for advices. And sometimes I give them the wrong advices. No, the right advices. And the right advices was always Nautica Voyage. This is what people would say to go for. The quality is there. The perfumer is actually a big name perfumer with a lot of great fragrances under their belt. And for the price, often $15, $20 for a full-size bottle, Voyage really couldn't be beat. It was right up toward the top. Of course, as with all things, as time goes, it lost its luster a little bit as other fragrances have come out that are very affordable, that are maybe perceived as being more modern or better or cooler. Voyage lost a little bit of that luster. But if we're talking gym time fragrances, Voyage is still an amazing choice. Little hints of florals, clean white musk, and aquatic nature with a nice sweet fruit touch in the opening. Voyage always gets the job done. And it costs next to nothing, so you can just spray it on to your heart's content. Doesn't matter. You can pick up another bottle for 15, 20 bucks. Who cares? There we go, guys. 10 gym fragrances. And have you smelling fresh, clean, smelling great. Like I said, you don't need to wear a fragrance to the gym. If you don't want to, don't. But wear some deodorant, some antiperspirant, at least that much. Nobody wants that stench of death penetrating their nostrils when they're trying to get their pump on. It's gross. All right, guys. Thank you for hanging in with me. Thank you for your support. Stay safe out there. See you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys later.